far as his mentality goes, because one of the biggest things is Kongdoo able to pick up those Barons. Balrog did not want to go in for the 50-50 contest because he had something like the Guardian Angel, so he had a lot more to lose. So he wanted to maintain that Guardian Angel so that he could get himself into the back line and threaten Edge and Soul. But then he never had those opportunities. So he wanted to save it so he could jump into the back line, but never was able to do it. So he wasn't able to contest the Baron, which could have kept him in the game.
There's a lot of things that were happening, basically.
Yeah. So and it was some serious mind games that he kind of put himself into. I mean, we don't know what exactly would have transpired had he gone for the 50-50 contest. If he had gotten it, that could have been, then maybe we would have Ever8 closing out a 3-0 victory over Kongdoo Monster. They'd be in LCK. We don't know what would have happened. It was the measured play. It's like what we saw KT do during the final, pulling away from the Baron instead of committing in for it. But they get punished a bit in hindsight for it. And now Ever8, they have to continue this series. Here we go. The Rumble and LeBlanc taken off the board yet again. Yeah, pretty standard as far as the bans for this particular series. Where is the mix-up going to be? Kongdoo tried it with the 80 carry focus, but managed to figure it out by banning away the Zyra and the Vladimir last time. So we'll see whether they go for it once again, or whether Ever8's going to answer with the Syndra ban. Zyra has been banned once again, so look, it's clockwork for the moment. Just to see what happens to the rest of this. Fizz has been banned away in every single game as well so far. We have not seen that come through. Look at you. You're like there we go. Sort of prophet, my friend. All right. Move aside, Crumbs. Ha No, please don't move aside. Yeah, no. I feel like he's got the prophet voice down pat. I mean, I don't think any of us are going to really go up against that. Yeah, this whole being an analyst thing is I'm not really cut out for it. This is a temp job. BBQ aren't even playing. Oh, well, look at this. Said temp, not tempt. Stick to the script, Kongdoo Monster. It worked last time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Probably, yeah. Also, don't worry about getting a new job because you ain't broke. It's also fine. But here we are. The Syndra is going to be the option. Okay, but a lot open at the moment. ADC is it going to be Jace first pick? Well, the ADC pool has not been touched. Jace is also available for the first time in this series. But I don't think that it would be first pick worthy yet. The Graves is available here for Punch if he wants to go back into this one. Played it in game 2, wasn't too great. Actually wants to stick with the Lee Sin. Yeah, so he was able to tack another win onto that one. Lee locked in, and Malrang really destroyed Punch in the Lee versus Graves matchup when he was playing Lee Sin. So we know it can go two ways. He's got a 50% win rate now on the Lee Sin during this tournament. Yeah. After that victory there. And the fact that Kongdoo were able to dispatch CJ quite effectively is part of the reason why that is the case. So Greg is going to be locked in. So making sure that they get Helper, his most effective champion, that he's played on every game bar 2 in this tournament. So the Gragas comes through, and one of the things we have to keep in mind is that Kennen is available in the top lane. Was available there in game number 3, not picked up by anybody. But could see that played by Roach potentially in the top lane. Has not played it in LCK Spring. Remember, Gragas can also be flexed to the jungle position. It's very true. So if we're playing some mind games, oh man, we are so flexible right now. Of course, if you watch the Champion Spotlight back when Lulu was released, she was in fact a jungler. So maybe Malrang's just picked his own champion. But this would make some sense. Sol was really? Yes, she. It was definitely a joke. He said she's a jungler and she builds a Trinity Force. Ah, okay. It's your friend Freak, you know, does do that. But Punch is going to lock away the Twitch for Sol. Edge thinking about what he wants to get. So I remember things very differently. But all right, yeah, very early Talia and Twitch coming through. A lot of power here for Kongdoo Monster already. Needs some beef on the team. Lee Sin going to be that pseudo tank, but likely going to be seeing something a bit beefier there in the top lane for Roach. Putting him on a tank is going to be true comfort. Very rigid is the team composition here from Kongdoo, though. Ever8 with a little bit more flexibility if they want to answer what is already the solo lane locked in. Accepted. Locks away his Cassiopeia, which was so good in game number 2. And that's very important, getting him into a matchup that he's comfortable with. And it was in the same matchup as well. Do they do the Kog'Maw? Do they go, well, we want late game consistent damage, so we're going to take Cassiopeia Kog'Maw?
and we'll see you at 57 minutes.
Could
they
be
tried
okay.
that. They tried it against Jin Air, and it failed twice in a row spectacularly.
Yeah. I think I still want to avoid that pick from them.
Yeah. Nami going to be the ban. I'd expect a Graves and possibly an Elise coming out of Kongdoo if I was them.
Could
I'm
see
not
that.
though, and they're smarter than I am. But Rengar going to be the first one, so jungle was the right way around it, but I felt like they dealt with the Rengar quite effectively on the side of Kongdoo Monster.
They banned that. They just banned the Thresh from the side of Ever 8. Cougar played it quite well, and it helps keep that Twitch very protected.
Yeah.
So wouldn't be too shocked if we see that, or maybe a ban on something like the Karma come through.
Oh, I'd like a Karma ban. But Shen is going to be the deal. Remember, Roach still a lot of options for him, but I would have expected something like, you know, the Jace, the Kennen. Like, if I was going to ban a top laner, it probably wouldn't be a tank, because I feel like what gets Kongdoo Monster into a good position is to try and go more aggressive up there and try and attack Helper, who has been just a facilitator this whole series long.
They don't want the Shen to come through because of the potential submarine that would be there with the Twitch.
Yeah, good point, good point.
So suddenly you have two people appearing in a lane, and you have very little time to react. So that's more of a compositional ban, I feel, from the side of Ever 8. But also Roach, if they could force him onto something a bit, more of a fighter like the Jace, then that could just give the upper hand over to Ever 8, because Roach is, a big player of those tanks. We've seen him play aggressive champions in this tournament. Camille and Jace have both come through from him, as well as the Rumble. Used that against CJ and got the victory. But it's not really his forte.
Do you want to know what I want to see? The most exciting possible outcome for this is for Ever 8 to play Cassiopeia top, Gragas jungle, and pick Aurelion Sol last.
I think you're reaching, but it would also be
very
crazy to see.
That is like the biggest PogChamp that you could possibly get out of me, in my opinion. Fresh, like you said, it's going to be locked in, and there's the Nautilus. So we've got a beefy front line, a lot of peel, the standard Twitch composition. But it was Edge that was doing all of the work on the late game Syndra with I'm going to instantly kill anyone, and I don't care who, even if I die.
We saw
doesn't do that.
We saw how well the mid lane went for Septed last time in this matchup. Cassiopeia into the Talia. That was game number 2. So could very well have another strong performance. And the jungle pool pinched down a bit. It's going to be the Kazakhs actually coming through here from Malrong.
Did recently see that being played once again in the LPL, but it had fallen out of the LCK meta. But 7.6, I believe, falling out of the meta doesn't have anything to do with patches, because we've been on this patch for like what feels like a year. And Kazakhs was being played a lot, actually, at the beginning. So not too many changes, just run out of favor. But with all of these jungle bans, I mean, there aren't as many options for Malrong, but didn't want to go towards the Elise. Instead, it's going to be the Kazakhs. Maybe he might be just hunting punch. Who knows?
It's a bit surprising either way that he opts into this one. But guess he doesn't want to bring out the jungle Jace despite it being available. We won't get a repeat on that one. I don't know if we'll ever see jungle Jace again. Unless something very substantial changes with his kit.
What do you mean? It doesn't need to change with his kit. Just Malrong needs to get into the LCK.
That's true.
So we can watch it. And look, now is another opportunity. We're still at match point for Ever 8 winners. They can still take themselves to the LCK. Kongdoo Monster looking to get us to a game number 5. Keep that reverse sweep dream alive. Malrong on the Kazakhs, going to be hunting for that not to be the case. But this time, Ever 8 winners do have a late game answer to this Twitch. I mean, they can stealth up the Kazakhs, have him jump onto the Twitch, but they also have multiple big damage dealing carries in the late game in the Cassiopeia, as well as that Varus.
Yeah.
So a lot of damage opportunities and still a lot of peeling potential with Helper back on his Gragas. Explosive cast there for the disruption. We saw Roach doing it to great effect, and we'll see whether it's going to happen again as we see whether Ever 8 can close out the series against Kongdoo Monster.
ticking time bombs, really, for both of these teams. The Cassiopeia
Yeah.
hit that critical mass as well as the Twitch. Leah should be doing steady damage throughout the duration of this game.
First Cloud Drake of the series, actually. Is
Run,
Guga.
Ella, run!
Oh, ho, ho. That took some nerve to not press your flash button, as Guga was very, very close to landing that one, but well aware of the range of that one.
I mean, even then.
I think I've actually casted Ella playing Thresh more than 30 times. It has nothing to do with Ella playing Thresh a lot. It has to do with the LPL having a lot of games over the last 2 years.
That's true. They usually do have a pretty packed schedule.
Oh, yes. However, every support player probably knows pretty intimately the range of a Thresh hook. Not wrong. Starting off with the W, keeping himself healthy, making sure that he has the AoE to clear out all of these Raptors. Roach being stalked by a fat man towards that top side as hook lands onto Ella. Ella says, I'm going to whimsy myself, and everything's going to be K. And it is. I like this. Skin switch up now. As Jewel opts in for Heartseeker Varus. One of my favorites. Good old Cupid. Not bad.
See how he handles this one. I mean, when we saw Soul playing the Varus there in game number 1, absolutely monstrous CS line, score line.
Yeah.
Duel has been behind, typically, in this matchup against Soul. Last game coming out a bit ahead because of the Twitch. So now having the Varus, he should be able to play this one out very comfortably.
Things were looking good as the hook goes wide.
Yeah, well, he did start at a deficit and clawed his way back.
True.
But that has been the case for the most part. Soul able to keep things as closely contested as he did in game 3 there with the Twitch was quite impressive. But now Duel should really have an advantage coming into this one.
Not wrong. With his isolated Blue Sentinel, going to be able to take that down quickly. You can see Jungle is at exactly the same positions. Punch going to probably clear this just a little bit after the old Kha'Zix. Has a little bit of extra damage, and both of them down relatively low. But all's quiet in the jungle for now. All's very controlled as part of the game. Early ward going down from Roach. Wants to make sure that he's not going to be free food for this Kha'Zix.
Yeah, I mean, this is dangerous territory for both teams. Ever 8, you go down in game 4, you open up really for that reverse sweep that can be completed by Kongdoo Monster. They still have their backs against the wall, so expect to see very conservative, reserved play here.
Yeah.
From both of these teams. No crazy invasions.
Draft feels a lot better out of Ever 8 this time, though. Just given the power curve of all of these champions, the fact that Varus, a lot of control in the mid game, Kha'Zix as well, and you've got that late game guarantee in the Cassiopeia that Scepted has shown a lot of prowess on. Really has stepped up this series. Really wasn't having the tournament of his career earlier on, especially not against Jin Air. This time, though, looking good. But it has a lot to do with Edge and the fact that his consistency has been brought into question many, many times throughout the LCK and throughout this series as well. This tournament.
Yeah. I'm, well, surprised to say it. I'm actually quite interested in tracking Punch throughout the duration of this game. See if he can build on the improvements that we saw from him there in game number 3. Because games 1 and 2 seemed pretty much absent. Was just contributing to the kill feed of Ever 8. But there in game 3, able to make things happen with Elise in. Kind of reinstilling some confidence for him. Picking up another win.
Now Sol, still just trying to be that Twitch. His Twitch has looked very, very good multiple times. A lot of answers coming out of Ever 8 for it in the last game. It's feeling like still, with the Thresh there, with that lane that they're so comfortable with, still is that threat of the late game being impossible to deal with from Kongdoo Monster. Ever 8 had up to a 5,000 gold lead. Just never felt like they were able to get the control that they were looking for. Let's help a cute little bop. And this could be where Ever 8 can actually sort of get around, because Helper has been a brilliant Gragas. It's most certainly been his most comfortable champion and something that they have been able to make plays with effectively. Edge just threads some volley at a snake, and nothing's really going to come from it. Darkseal picked up for Scepted, though, when he goes back and grabs his tier. I dig it.
Yeah, gonna be changing things up a little bit here. That added sustain from the biscuits coming through.
Oh, yeah.
As he just continues to stack up for that Tear of the Goddess. We saw how crucial the Seraph's Embrace was in keeping him alive. Game number 2.
Yeah.
So wants to have that as swiftly as possible.
We'll see whether Roach and Helper go for exactly the same item builds as well. I would expect triple Doran's Ring out of Helper, but is it going to be triple Doran's Ring out of Roach into the Spirit Visage as well? They could be twinsies.
Yep. Probably just going to be the budget Rod of Ages, as Papa Smithy likes to call it.
Yeah.
It's just so efficient.
Tis. It's a good way of dealing with that early to mid game.
It's like the days when we had Rengar and you just buy like 6 long swords and just crush lane in the top lane.
Helper is in trouble.
Yeah, that's
Depth
level
charge
6.
comes up, and there's all the CC. First Blood's too easy for Punch. They just lock it down. Scepter's like, I would have called MIA, but he'd only just left. Oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the swiftness that you can have on those wraparounds when you're playing this Taliyah. Just have to get in range of the Weaver's Wall, and then everything else is good to go. So, guaranteed CC coming up from Roach makes for a very easy first blood. It's picked up by Punch.
Yeah, really good acceleration
really fast track that Lee Sin. And this is what I was talking about in Game 2. Septed, you know, he needs to be on top of this lane. He needs to control edge and basically dictate when he can and cannot roam out of the lane. So far, not going to have that pressure. Does have a nice CS lead, but even some of those will come back as he picks up these minions.
The important thing is that Kongdoo Monster are making proactive, deliberate plays in the early game. Something that they were just flat out not doing earlier on. Big CS advantage, though, as Edge left the lane against Scepted. And having a free-farmed Cassiopeia is always dangerous. Wards run out towards the bottom side of the map. Both of them. If Everett winners.
Controlled there in the brush, so they know that they have unique vision over the river, at least in this bottom half.
Yep.
So don't have to worry about Punch coming in from the sidelines. He'd have to wrap around through the tri-brush, which gives them plenty of reaction time to get away from the Lee Sin. So pretty safe to go ahead and push up here as Everett. If they start working in underneath the tower, trying to deny as much CS from Soul as possible, then they will have to throw something in the Trinity brush, the tri-brush.
Haha, the old Trinity brush.
To keep themselves safe, but for now, this is perfectly fine form for these guys.
How much damage does a Trinity brush do?
So much.
Did you say tons?
I was trying to think of some botanical-based pun to go along with tons, but I couldn't get it.
That would have been very topical.
Yeah, couldn't find anything, though. Honestly, Soul, again, mentioned how good his CSing has been. He is really showing up here, keeping things almost dead even as Twitch. So this is a worrying sign, you'd have to say, for Duel and Ella.
What isn't worrying for Everett is the fact that they lost First Blood and are still completely even on gold, meaning that the rest of their lanes are farming very nicely. Helper went back and grabbed himself his budget Rod of Ages, but Roach was able to get the Spectral as well as an extra ring, which is real nice. Not going to get hurt. Of course, not going to be able to have that extra wave clear that the extra AP gives him, but that's no worries. Able to clear things up.
Everything is pretty close together here. It's really that First Blood that's allowing Kongdoo to have this lead. Because otherwise, everybody is pretty evenly matched as far as CS is concerned outside of the mid lane, where Septon still just has that innate advantage. As the items come through for the Taliyah, the wave clear will be easier for Edge. Just toss out, 1-2 threaded volleys, and then you're good to go.
And of course, being able to then have the flexibility to pick up a Negatron cloak as well, given, look at that. That wave just melted. So no worries. Punch heads on over. Don't know whether he got pinged out. Smalrung needs to try and get some sort of advantage somewhere. Warrior Enchant is built up. Big power spike for the Kazakhs if you find someone who's isolated. It's not a champion that is very good if not utilized early. It doesn't really offer anything but damage.
Yeah, and this is why I'm kind of surprised that we saw the Kazakhs come out. Thought that the Elise would make a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Give them that pick potential.
I think so too.
To go alongside, because they really don't have much to chain together with the Chain of Corruption. So the follow-up CC on that is pretty much going to be an explosive cast, trying to knock somebody into the team. So they don't have too much to layer. Or not, well, layering would be bad, but to put together to really lock somebody in and guarantee a kill.
Yeah. Got a lot of defensive options though. I like that with like you mentioned, the explosive cast, but as well as the wild growth as well. With Chains of Corruption being an option, Petrifying Gaze as well, working fantastically well if you're walking back. We spoke about Ella being very, very good at disengage. We saw that Ever 8 winners were actually, when in control of a team fight, looking brilliant in that area. Phoenix Codex now done for Scepted with an 18 CS advantage. Edge going to shove another wave towards him by pressing all of his buttons at it aggressively. And we're going to see the Snake pick up all of the farm there as well. So business as usual for the mid laners, as well as Sol. Now got a whole bunch of points into the Contaminate and is easily able to clear out these minion waves. Both of our 80 carries looking for Blade of the Ruin King, but Ninja Tabi's done for Jewel already. Yeah,
and you can see how much respect he's showing to Sol. Knows that he's going to be losing out on these exchanges because they're going so evenly in CS. So has to opt in for the Ninja Tabi finish, which means that Sol is going to have that much more power, that much faster of a Blade of the Ruin King. So while it helps him in lane, this could punish him very heavily in a little bit here for Duel. He gets jumped on by that Twitch out in the open by himself. He is probably going to die.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Ella can be there to help him out. Now at level 7, so has the ultimate at his disposal, should he wish to use it. And you can see Jewel already, still with that CS advantage. So he's comfortable. Sol doesn't care. We spoke about this at length earlier on, but if you're a Twitch, you don't really mind. Oh, good sidestep as Guga flashing out of the way. And that means that the ultimate is just free. Look at that, those blight stacks being chewed through onto Goog.
Yeah, really good call on the bluff there from the side of Jewel, knowing that there was nobody. It was just going to be the fake Dark Passage tossed out. Plays forward, gets the flash away from Googer. So really nicely done, good posturing forward by him.
Oh, seismic shove so close out of edge. Last couple of volleys tagging the Kazakhs, showing that yes, there are a bunch of points into that move right now, and it's doing some work.
Yeah, that's the closest thing we've had to a kill since Helper went down in the top lane.
Yep.
And it doesn't even transition into much damage on the turret, so Kongdoo Monster is still going to be in a decent enough spot.
Punch spotting out this control ward, meaning that Kongdoo Monster will have a lot of control down towards this bottom side, no pun intended. And they already have to contend with a fair bit of vision that is available here for Ever 8 winners. So Jewel says, okay, well, I guess I'll just go back to underneath my turret, possibly even further away than that.
Even then, still be risky. Weaver's Wall thrown down, though.
Yep, Scepted actually finds the ultimate onto Guga by accident. That's unfortunate.
Flips him in the brush.
Yeah, it's a cute one. Roach walks over a ward.
I mean, he's perfectly happy with that, just doesn't want to get caught out, doesn't want to get taken out.
Oh, here goes Malrang. Guga's in trouble. The exhaust is too late, and there's the Whimsy onto punch. Good Whimsy shield. Comes out.
Nothing he can do to go back in. Kick back on Ella won't result in anything. Still has the wild growth available. A good catch out. You know, I say Scepted, you know, too far forward, gets caught out, keeps himself alive, and then Cougar does the exact same thing, not respecting the Kazakhs lurking over the wall. He goes down, and finally a kill on the board here for Ever 8. It goes onto the proper target, you'd have to say. Allwrong coming in with this Kazakhs. A very risky pick, needs to get these early kills.
Yeah, it's exactly who they needed it on right there. You're exactly right.
He was not able to threaten the backline with that Rengar in the last game, so Kazakhs, if you get this ahead, then Sol needs to be afraid, because sure, you can open up on him out of the stealth, you can jump onto the Kazakhs, but he's just going to disappear with his ultimate and then isolate the hell out of you.
Yeah. All wrong. Oh, feels bad. There's the revenge. Guga getting his revenge. Just
basically kicking some dirt in his face. Can't do much else other than that.
Another wall goes down, but wasting the time of the jungler is important, especially when you've got Punch waiting in the wings here. Wants to get that safeguard over the wall to kick this Snake Lady in. Lots of pings, though. You can see Ever 8 are like, no, we ain't falling for that one. Nuh-uh-uh. Didn't even have vision. Did see him walk in there, though.
And this could have been an opportunity, actually, to go for the Cloud Drake. It's not going to be the highest priority objective on the map by any means. You know, fishing for a kill on Decepted is way more lucrative, I guess. Or at least seems more lucrative.
Yeah.
But knowing that Malrang was going back with the recall, delaying that could have been an opening for the Dragon to be started.
Well, they haven't gone for it. Instead, Scepted and Malrang now moving together, but over a ward. So Guga's just going to hook him once again.
Anyang.
Yeah.
That means hello.
It does. Not a very formal one, though.
It can also be used as a goodbye as well, I guess.
Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up with my learning. Teleport cancelled. Roach says, maybe not.
Yeah, they saw, or rather didn't see Septon started to cheat down to the river, so they didn't want to pick a big fight. So they canceled that one out. So just going to be an advantage here for the side of Ever8, but now the Weaver's Wall coming in could change things.
Oh, Ella survives, but there's the flash. That's going to get Jewel out, so they trade an ultimate for a flash, and Malrong says, well, I can help out with this turret here. The minions are just going to be
they'll get
tanked
substantial
up by
damage on
Septed.
this.
Yeah, exactly. Here goes Helpo, he's body slamming to try and close the gap. This punch on the miasma, not going to be able to jump over.
Now Roach, he's just still roaming down. They could collapse in on him, but they are worried about the rest of the team coming in from below.
buddy. Are you okay?
He's just fearless.
He's fine.
So you know what? I'm just immortal at this point.
Thankfully, Punch is there with him. So despite the fact that that may have seemed a little bit overzealous, being surrounded by 4 people, still fine. 3,000 gold now. 300 gold. Sorry, the lead for Ever8.
It's the intimidation tactic. He says, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna
press
myself in the middle of all of you.
big.
It's like if you just walk up to a lion, maybe it won't kill you. It's just gonna be like, really?
Yeah,
Respect.
like that. Edge gonna shove Septed back in. Ghost goes down. Miasma's gonna stop anything. Oh, Miasma on top of a Dark Passage. What a bait. No volley gonna land on a Malrong this time.
Good vision of him there with a scrying plant coming through. So that they're not doing anything cheeky.
Like it. Look at this farm coming out of Septed. 17.5 minutes, sitting at 194. That is pretty hectic. After this minion wave should theoretically be on 200. Oh god,
get out of here.
Wants that 200 farm 20 minutes. It's important. It's
well, the
very
seismic shove
important.
doesn't connect, but now Punch is nearby.
No. 199. I am triggered. He at least got the cannon creep.
He's still in a nice spot though. But
oh yeah.
this could open up for a lot of turret damage to come through, which is why he wants to stick around as long as possible. We'll have this sustain coming through off the Twin Fangs, so he's okay now that that flank is warded out, knows that Punch can't wrap around to kill him.
Yeah. And,
that was looking a little bit scary there.
Some dicey maneuvers coming out of the old Septed, but he thankfully makes it back home. And Archangel's staff is completed as well. So that is pretty huge, as he afforded that from just the tier. Has one stack on his Dark Seal as well, man.
Oh, it's ready to go. Give me that Magi-Eyes.
Yeah.
Can't quite tell how many stacks he has on the Archangels, but at this point, 18 minutes in, I expect it's going to be pretty significant. So
oh, yeah. And he bought an early tier as well.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the Seraph's Embrace completed, I'd say, 21 minutes. I'm going to give it to him.
All right. We starting another wager?
$1,000.
I'm going to say 20 minutes and 30 seconds.
I would have lost that bet, wouldn't I?
I don't know.
Then I bet that Kongdoo wouldn't win Game 3.
Yeah. Yeah, hang on. Damn.
Yeah,
I could have made myself a whole bunch of cash.
That would have been a lot of money I would have had to pay out to them.
Yeah. Look at me go. Who's the analyst? We actually don't know.
It's well,
just a tip.
We do. The answer is no one. Quite simply. There's 2 analysts in the room, and they're sitting at the Korean desk.
Yep. Yeah. Well, Helper looking to just add some extra pressure here onto this turret, but it's going to be very difficult with all the wave clear coming out of Edge. Helper says, where did the minions go?
They got threaded by the volley.
Ooh, second upgrade here for the W out of the Kazakhs. I like it. Last one going to be the wings. This one's a little bit more poke.
Gotta be careful here. Push continuously going back and forth in the mid lane. Ever8 would love nothing more than just go ahead, shove up, finish off that turret, but Talia's nearby. She's not going to let that happen.
Does mean that Edge can't be elsewhere making plays on the map, though. That Weaver's Wall has been kept off cooldown for quite some time, just because it has to always be answering, as Roach is just going to be frustrating. Both of these guys just wandering around. Oh, gets it. Helper. There we are. It's an Ever8 victory. Calling it right now. Let's have another bet. Because I think that if you're gonna win the battle for the Scuttle Crab 20 minutes as a top laner, your team is way ahead.
That's the deciding factor. All right. Well, that's okay. We're allowed to make bets because we are foreign living in Korea. But if you're Korean in Korea, you can't gamble. Actually,
I like how you're making it into a story.
Yeah. It's a really surprising thing. Like you would think that.
Seraph's Embrace came in. When did it?
21 minutes.
Yeah, no, but when did it transform?
I think it just came in recently, didn't it?
Well, yeah, but 21 minutes and 20 minutes and 30 seconds are pretty close. All right, he's doing some research. I'm going to stay with you guys, and we'll get back to you.
I can't quite see. It's already on the screen. I just tried to check the stream.
Unfortunate.
Oh, well. I'm going to assume that I was right. That's the easiest thing to do.
I like your confidence.
I mean, hey, Donald Trump gets away with it all the time.
Oh, God. He's making it very topical. I'm not going to bite, okay? I'm an Australian. I just don't know things about American politics.
Neither do we.
Obviously. Oh, dear. Well, Kongdoo Monster checking some brushes.
Punch is pushing dangerously forward. Has that Dark Passage, though.
Yeah. As Mako's in.
They really want to save that war.
Okay. So, accepted. Still winning on farm, but no extra than what he was before.
This is useless APM.
I just want to press buttons.
Every ounce of energy it takes to click their E's and their Q's to damage each other is just wasted.
It means nothing. Item builds as well. It's like, oh, I got so many rings. I got so much clothing.
You're just building your way towards the carpal tunnel for like no purpose whatsoever.
Oh dear. Oh man. But Roach is like, I'm sick of just doing nothing. Please let me help.
He's gonna go on a merry stroll. Honestly, we might not have anything happen until this Cloud Drake spawns, and even then, I don't know because it's a Cloud Drake.
True. Oh, the dream of Triple Cloud. You run actually pretty boosty fast if you get a Triple Cloud Drake. So I'd actually be somewhat excited if that was to come in, and Kongdoo were able to get them all. However, as it stands, still got a ways away before that one has even spawned on the map. Morellonomicon almost there for Scepted as Helper decides to once again pointlessly throw stuff at Roach. Probably just to try and get his eye in with his buttons.
You should really just have a truce at this point.
Well, they basically do. I mean, look at this. I want to kill the minions. I want to walk into the river. Look at my swirly things because of my Cloud Drake. Those sort of conversations are happening up the top side of the map.
Well, 24 minutes in, 500 gold. Only thing that's really separating these teams. And it's pretty meaningless.
Got any plans for the rest of the weekend, Kilios?
Well, I'm glad that I didn't have any plans for tonight, because we could be here a while, Atlas.
Yep.
It's already about to be 10 p.m. And it could go on for a very long time.
Yeah, well, did you see that piercing arrow just there from Jewel? I think we're ready for some action. This punch is going to be discovered here in the jungle. Hook lands on that.
Never mind.
When even I can't bring myself to get
muster
excited
the
about
energy.
something, you know that something must be going wrong. Come on, land it.
Nope.
Come on, Jewel. That was going to be the most excitement that we would have had for a very long time, and you let us down. Still 10 CS lead on the bottom side. 30 CS in the mid lane, which is extending extremely even on the top side, and identical builds from Punch and Malrung.
Well, you know, you asked me if I had any plans, and I guess the closest thing I have is I'm going to be upgrading my computer tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. We're chatting about this one. I didn't know you were going to do it tomorrow, though. That's exciting.
Yeah, it's nice. I get full service done on the computer. They pick it up for you. They take it. They build it. Are we
advertising our computer guy?
Sure.
Here on the OGN stream.
If you're in Korea and you need PC service done,
like you could be
call Phil.
making some money on this, Achilleos.
Just
let Phil know. Just say, come on, man.
I get a 10% cut for every
every time,
every
mention
that I give
of Phil the PC dudes.
Like, tell him Achilleos sent you.
Yeah. Refer a friend.
Yeah. Perfect.
There we are. Brought it back to League of Legends. Now
every 10 customers I provide to him, I get a free solid state drive. Oh,
I thought you were going to say Subway sandwich. I was very excited.
That That might actually be more valuable to me at this stage.
Yeah, you can't eat a solid-state drive.
I have about 6 terabytes of memory on my computer as it is.
God, that's a lot of terabytes.
I don't use most of it. It's really, I don't know why I have it.
I don't even have a computer yet.
Well, you should call Phil.
Oh, my God. Maybe I will.
I'll get you set up.
Oh, my God. A tower's going to fall down. But that'll mean another one. His Soul can't take the lantern until that one wears out, but it does. So, no worries. Duel actually held on to the ult, knowing that the Dark Passage was able to be taken. Also knowing that maybe we'd get overly excited if an extra R button was pressed.
He's trying to keep us contained. Doesn't want to tease us too much.
Understandable as well.
But, I mean, 1,000 gold lead, biggest we've seen so far in this game.
This is massive. Ever8 out of control. They were, of course, able to take that bottom lane out of turret while we were talking about computers and other odds and ends. They were able to get first brick. That is what that is going to be amounting from. Okay. The monster looking for the hook as Malron gets in.
They're just pretty far forward.
Yep. The ultimate is thrown out. Good whimsy. But Scepted has to flash himself out of the way. Dark Passage now on cooldown. As no one from Ever8 really wants to overly commit. With the flash now down on the Snake. Could make things hard to find further. Oh, Ella and Duel slightly out of position, but Control Walk goes down and they're able to get themselves back into darkness. Good news. Okay, Baron just hit for no reason. Very cute. Control Ward comes in and is immediately taken down. So
yep.
Good control. Oh god, I gotta stop saying control after saying Control Ward. Some Kongdoo monster at the moment, at least towards the top side of the map. Duel's there to meet them. Clear out those waves.
Except it has to take the long way around. There's a couple of those CS. They get picked up here by Malron.
Severe amount of not very much has happened this game.
Yeah, it's an epidemic of nothingness.
Yeah. It's like a no-rush 30. We're playing a no-rush 30. Go back to the old StarCraft 1 Brood War days.
I don't know what game that is. I only play League of Legends.
Ah. Well, it was a game years ago.
I mean, technically, it still is a game.
Ah, yes, that's true. Damn it, I was trying to get all mystical. And you, like, destroyed what I was trying to do. Whoa.
I wish that somebody would destroy another turret, or perhaps a Baron.
I just don't know how Edge is so excited. Did you hear him? He's like, woohoo! But, like, honestly.
It's all sarcasm.
Ah, it's like, oh, I'm on my little stone board. Everything's so much fun.
He's like, woohoo, I'm dead inside, yeah!
Man, not quite that bad. Maybe he is just that excited about it. Oh, here we are. There's the action. Boom. Courage of the Colossus procking. Roach says, I'm just going to hold on to mine. Can't even be bothered dealing with you. Kongdoo Monster have been able to get a lot of forward vision down. That Baron buff could be an opportunity for them.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good transition. Now that you bring it up. Compared to the first couple games here in the series, Kongdoo Monster's vision was really lacking throughout.
Yeah.
So good control around the top side of the map means that they do have priority and unique vision over that Baron, at least for the moment.
Oh, Jewel. Now 3 items. Phantom Dance completed. Varus is looking pretty strong. He continues to farm up towards the top side. Helper's out to a 10 CS lead. Very exciting. Oh, ultimate. Oh, wow.
Barely missed that one.
Both of these 80 carries actually thinking that that one should have landed because QSS was thrown out by Soul.
Yeah, it was dangerous and close. Well, a couple pixels off from landing. Don't know if it would have transitioned into much as far as the kills go, but either way, you got the QSS cooldown out.
Yep. Bit of a trade. There is a blasting one from Scepted. We'll see whether that's going to be a Void Staff. Makes sense as third item.
Well, we are at a staggering rate of a kill every 15 minutes.
This is ludicrous. How can we even hold all of this excitement? I'm normally unaware. Right now, Helper's like, well, I'm going to kill some Krogs. This is going to be the best.
Well, it's going to be the longest game in the series, almost certainly, so unless something drastically changes in the pace.
Maybe they've had a little bit of a chat in all chat to see, like, let's try and at least make this the longest game in competitive history with the least kills. or something like that. They're trying to go for some sick statistic so that they can make it into the
inside.
No, make it into the history books, man. It's all about making your mark on the world. You know, if you've watched any movie with like a king of old in it, you know, it's just like, I need to leave behind my legacy. This could be their legacy, the longest and least action-packed game of all time. It's got a bit of a ring to it, I reckon.
It really is pushing for it.
Going for a bit of a stretch.
I mean, there's like almost no lead in existence for Ever 8. They can't play like they have one. There's been one Dragon taken in 31 minutes, and then the second one is another Cloud Drake, so no one wants to take it.
And I like how, despite the fact that nothing's happening, Malrong's still building a Duskblade. He's like, I'm going to have a super exciting build for a game where nothing's happening.
Well, here we go.
This tower is going to organically fall down. Help is trying to do the same thing towards the bottom side of the map in his split push.
Well, finally, 31.5 minutes in, Roach has soaked enough waves that he is actually unkillable.
Yep.
And can just walk up and face tank the turret.
Bit of a difference now as well, as Helper decided to pick up the Locket of the Iron Solari instead of the Guardian Angel that Roach has opted for. As he turns up towards the bottom side. Oh, Malrong. This is an objective being taken.
Oh my god, a turret and then a dragon.
This is insane.
Absolutely crazy play coming out from Ever 8 as he solos down the Cloud Drake. Elder gonna be the next one.
God. That means they've both got a Cloud Drake.
All right, one stack each for the Elder Dragon.
Things are even more even.
Malrong.
Okay. He wanted to do something. Redemption's going to come in, and Soul looking for the escape. Good heal out from the Redemption, but the threaded volley forces the flash.
That was really bizarre. That was, I mean, Malrong has been very good in the beginning of this series, but not being able to find entries there in Game 3 on the Rengar and then taking pathing like that is so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
So loses his flash for basically no reason.
Might spell a Baron attempt here for Kongdoo as well. They're
going to try to bait something. They've had control over the vision in this area for quite some time. They need Helper to be the one to face check.
Yeah, and they need a Cougar in that bush as well if they want to actually go for something as Punch. He's going to land onto Jewel. Can get the kick if he wants it, but there's the Wild Growth. Jewel getting free auto attacks, but look at the CC out from Kongdoo Monster. He gets accepted on the back end. The flash out from Punch is Malrong. Oh, the Q misses, and there's the isolation, but no. Oh, there it is, just the edge of that W. And Roach should be falling down now as well. Titan's Wrath is torn apart, and that's a double kill. So Ever 8 find 2 kills. And there is no answer here for Kongdoo Monster.
All right, it took us 33.5 minutes, but the double kill comes through from Malrong. Finally getting something done.
Soul, bro, buddy, friend.
He's just watching his teammate die.
Never mind. He's waiting for his ambush. He wants to try and open up for as much damage as possible, but he's decided instead that he wants to die, I think, unless Jewel can land this. Oh my goodness, the Glitter Lance isn't there. But there it is. Ella takes matters into his own hands, and it's only Edge remaining.
Yeah, even with the isolation, there was no way that Malrong was going to come out of that one alive unless Ella could have gotten a big shield on top of him. But it just wasn't enough. He goes down, so there's no smite here.
Oh god, the flash from Scepted. Can't get the Miasma down in time, but it looks like they will be able to secure this Baron buff. And Ever 8 now, 35 minutes in, an actually sizable lead with a match point game. And look at how it started.
We have something we can actually measure. And yeah, it was this face check that they were so desperately looking for. A big kick comes through. You think the duel is dead to rights, especially as the dredge line comes through. But the shielding from Ella, constantly keeping alive with the help of that Wild Growth, just helps turn the fight. And once Punch is out of there, there's no one really threatening the back line. So Duel is just firing away as they start pushing forward. Same with Scepted, using the poisons thrown down. You know, drops the miasma, making sure that Roach can't try to drag himself out to safety.
I love that was Malrong with just a casual W just thrown out.
He was waiting on the cooldown, finally got it, gets the pick. So Baron goes over to Ever 8. Finally have a substantial lead coming out here. Turret gets knocked down in mid. Only the second one for the team. See how much more they can get off the backside of this objective.
Level 16 for Malrong as well, so now has the evolved wing. Oh, actually didn't decide to evolve the wings at all. Has got the ultimate just for a little bit of extra slipperiness. Like it.
All right, I've been told that Seraph's Embrace came in at 20 minutes and 50 seconds.
Oh, you're 5 seconds the difference. My God. Close. So close to being completely tied. But I'll concede. Both of us now losing a pretty horrific bet thus far. Helper says, see you later. Gets himself over that wall, but I don't think he had much of a threat of dying. So now Jewel casually takes down this turret as well. So now 3 turrets to 2 in favor of Ever8, who are extending this lead very, very quickly as well. I mean, it's stretched out to 6,000 gold now. Probably going to only move further in favor of Ever8 because we know their control of minion waves is very, very good.
I mean, we saw Ever8 with a lead about this size just in the last game, and it slipped through their fingers. So Kongdoo, they're down but not out. Things are still very close as far as objectives are concerned. Only losing the 3 outer turrets. The inners have not been truly threatened yet outside of the bottom lane, which did suffer a little bit of damage in the split pushes.
I really hope that Malrang actually decided to go for these evolutions based on how cool Kha'Zix looks without the big wings and having like the cool rockets on his shoulders and stuff and being like all like black and red and looking cool. I don't know, I just think that's like the coolest looking evolution combination, in my opinion.
It was just the way that you sounded so giddy about it.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Like a child talking about his Transformers toy.
It's like I'm playing Metro Prime, you know, and I've like got my new suit, and I'm like feeling super psyched.
That was a great series. Yeah. Well, 1 and 2.
That is like the Phasm suit, actually, from Metro Prime Run 1. Because now we do have a Siege, so something to actually talk about.
I really would love for them to make another Metroid Prime game.
Yeah, I know. All the corruptions just it didn't really do it for me.
3 was bad.
Yeah.
3 was very bad. But 1 and 2 were excellent.
They were. Echoes was brilliant.
And then, what was I going to say? I think they aren't... I feel like I heard that they were remastering these, but I could be imagining that. I could be making that up because I'd be so excited.
They're re-releasing them on the Switch, so you can just like buy them from the downloady store.
Oh, okay. I thought that they were doing a remaster for the Wii U,
emulating them super cool or something.
Yeah, makes sense that it would be on the Switch. I still need to buy one.
Oh, I got one of those. You can have the sick computer, and I'll have me Switch. We did it.
Well, I know that Amazon finally got them back in stock, so maybe I'll make a purchase next month, perhaps.
This is like the advertising cast. That's what we're doing. We're doing the advertising
just
cast.
Chilling out.
Yeah. Anyone got any requests of things that you want reviewed?
We just want to cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give us a percentage.
It's like Aussie Man reviews, because I'm an Aussie man. Although I don't swear quite as much.
You can't. You wouldn't have a job.
That's true.
Oh, you wouldn't have this
It's just
job.
not on brand. It's not on brand, man. You know me. I'd say the golly goshes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I recently changed from heck to hell, though. I decided that saying hell was okay.
Oh, my.
Yeah, I know. Malrang throwing out his ultimate, like Skittles. Of course, the cooldown not high. Q lands from punch, actually. Could opt into some sort of play, but whoa, there's the ultimate out of Soul. Maybe a little bit too early, though, as now Kongdoo Monster might get engaged on. The box comes in. Explosive cast to try and break up this fight. Helper already down to half health. Has the Guardian Angel. So is fine. Malrang's just coming in and out of stealth over and over again as he walks through these brushes.
They can't do anything with Sept at this low, however. One depth charge coming out there from Roach, locking him in.
Whoa, Jewel taking matters into his own hands.
Oh, this is really
Guga
bold.
in trouble. Malrang gets himself over to the side. He's going to be spotted here. Yeah, now everyone getting collapsed on Guga's low. Helper just wants to clear him out, but there's the weave as well to try and break off the tank. Malrang says, I will be able to just take down this Elder Dragon as Helper gets the redemption. They're going for the 50-50 now, and Punch gets himself into the pit. Immediately, Roach is taken down, and there it is. The Elder is picked up. Good double knock-up, but Punch now has to get himself out of this pit, and they want to disengage. Ever8 winners get the 1 pick and the Elder, and are now looking to push this one further forward. We've got a minute and a half on the Baron. So they will have some time to utilize this buff if they want to get there, but can they use it to break the base?
It was a really bold start up there on the Elder Dragon. They already have this turret prepped in mid to get taken out, so they continue to push now over onto these inhibitor turrets. The wave clear is going to be strong from Edge, but I got to say, I'm really surprised that Ever8 started that up and stuck with it so hard. Punch had this golden opportunity as the Elder Dragon fell to about 48 HP, but the smite never came out from the Lee Sin. The execute damage there from the Kha'Zix. Chasing the fear. Takes that one away. But, I mean, already starting things off, getting this huge burst of damage down onto Guga is a really nice way to start things off, because now the Thresh can't push forward to really fish for a hook, to drop that box down in front of somebody.
Yeah,
so
I like the weave as well. It was well placed, and Helper, like, this is just free damage going down onto the front line, but he gets that flash off, gets the redemption heal, and now the fight breaks out, and Roach is just doing nothing. He's just trying to walk back.
Yeah, 800 HP to come back in. I mean, it was a really good Dragon's Rage kick. It knocks up 2 extra members in Septed and Ella, but it's too late. Had you had the kick, knock away Malrong, and then get the smite, that's the play that you want to see. But Punch, he finds one, he doesn't find the other half. They lose that on the Elder Dragon. Advantage goes over to Ever8, at least for the moment. They break one turret down. Haven't been able to go for the inhibitors yet. They don't get any damage in. Like I said, the wave clear is too strong from Kongdoo Monster. But they still have a very discernible lead in this game now, as they near closer to 10,000 gold.
We've got double Lord Dominic's Regard as well. Malrong's going to be doing so much damage with these 4 items that he's picked up. Infinity Edge is there, 6 items on Jewel actually. And Soul's build is just not going to have the damage potential of this Varus. And I know that's something that you're not going to be talking about generally as a Twitch. I mean, he's going to be safer when he's throwing out the rat-a-tat-tat, but pure damage potential-wise...
We don't call it that anymore.
I'd like to just mix it up. You can say whatever you want because it's been both of them
at
different times.
I'd like to think that it never was that.
It's like Kongdoo Monster in the LCK, It's in and out, in and out, in and out.
Just flip-flops back and forth. But, oh, here we go. Baron started up.
Weaver's Wall comes in. Body Slam can get Helper out of the side. And everyone's getting healed. Feeling okay. And Malrong waiting for that flanking opportunity. So, that's another cooldown not there. And Ever8 winners just say, well, we'll just start this one up again. Come at us. Helper is going to be the one hooked, but he's not the priority target. Helper getting taken down very, very low, but so is Roach. Those crits doing so much work. No more redemption, and now Kongdoo Monster once again starting this one up. Q lands, Punch could possibly get around to get a kick onto Jewel. Decides to not opt in for it. Threaded volley, Helper avoids all of it, but the Baron is still being aggroed. Hook doesn't find anyone. When are Ever8 going to opt in for any sort of fight? They don't actually like the look of it just yet.
Just take the wave
look
from
at the
top.
Massive minion wave on the top side of the map. Looks like they may just head over and take free objectives.
I mean, they have this Baron warded out. I think you just ride the wave into the tier 2 tower, take that out. They have the fast track on it. And Kongdoo Monster, if they try to push in, it could cost them. The hook comes out. Lands on the Helper, though. And you can see it's just going to be this really awkward standoff. So they wait for the minions to push up a little bit closer. They should be able to go ahead and take away that turret. But see both teams, the indecision.
Another hook lands. Malrong's actually quite a ways away.
He's looking for the backline threat. If he can get on top of Soul, he will kill him in a matter of seconds.
Oh, God. If Soul is spotted in this attempt to move over.
He's invisible. Doesn't want to open in on Decepted yet. Hasn't seen Malrong. He does it now.
Jewel's going to get locked up, but look at Soul taking so much damage.
The
W is not enough. Roach gets right into the front line, but look at the big shields. That is going to be 2 turrets falling down on both sides of the map, actually, as Malrong. He's low. Soul also low. Now
tier 1
Punch.
for tier 2. The bottom lane tier 1 goes down for Ever8, but they trade up with the minions just constantly shoving in. TP's coming through from Roach, full HP on that Nautilus.
Yep, Hook is not going to find the target. Soul
he's
still
so
at
fast.
half health. Malrong just leaps his way over. Jewel, very, very healthy, actually. But taking a lot of damage from the Baron. Soul, he's opened up with the ultimate, but Helper's going to get taken down to his GA. Jewel knocked in, but look at this damage from the Varus! Just ridiculous! Soul's taken out, now Malrong's looking for the resets, but doesn't get them. Punch is so low, it's a double! And can they actually finish off this fight? Because Punch is so... If any of those minions even looked at him, he was dead. But no, and now Jewel, he's the one alive. He's the one with the damage.
Yeah,
and he is going to break the base.
I mean, Punch makes it out, but there's nothing he can do to really stop this. And Edge is going to get interrupted. That's the wave clear.
He's not named correctly. That wasn't helping. That was most certainly hindering.
Well, that's definitely helping his team now. 30 seconds on Soul. They're going to go for the finish right here. Ever8, this push could put them in the LCK.
Yep. Twin Fangs onto Punch. He will get taken down to the GA, and Jewel has only eyes for these Nexus turrets. Ever8 winners are looking to be their namesake. Edge just thrown towards his fountain. Last Nexus turret. There's the Nexus, and Septed's got so much damage. That's the Varus taken down, but who cares? His job's been done, and welcome Ever8 winners to the LCK.